What's going on, everybody? I go by the name ShotofADRENALIN. Today, we're talking about something bigger than music, bigger than the charts, bigger than the fandom at 2 a.m. on Twitter. We're talking culture versus commerce. Specifically, how South Korea turned their culture into one of the smartest business moves in the last decade. Now peep this, 10, 15 years ago, when people heard global culture exports, they thought of America, Hollywood, hip hop, McDonald's on every corner. We've been selling the vibe for a very long time. But then South Korea came into the picture like, I bet. And they didn't just participate in global culture, they monetized it. Step number one, culture as strategy. No, South Korea did not just wake up one day and randomly say, we want K-pop to dominate the world. That's not how that was. But it was very intentional. After their financial crisis in the late 90s, their government literally said, yo, we need some new exports. Bigger than just cars and new technology. They invested in entertainment the way other countries invest in oil. Training systems, production houses, global distribution, language accessibility, visual branding, the works. They treated culture like infrastructure. Meanwhile, pre-internet days, culture traveled pretty slow. It was physical CDs, MTV, and if your country didn't control its means of distribution, well, you weren't really going global like that. These days, Wi-Fi is your passport. Step two, music is always a Trojan horse. Now let's keep it 100. Music is the easiest commodity to move across borders. Why? Because you don't need subtitles for a hook. You don't even need to understand every lyric to feel the energy. You just need the rhythm, see the visuals, and eventually you understand the identity being put forth. That's why K-pop became the engine for Southeast Asia's or South Korea's advancement globally. Think about it. It's the choreography, the fashion, merch, the digital communities. They prioritize participation over consumption. And once you got the people emotionally invested, commerce follows very close afterwards. Think about the K-Wave. It transcended albums, glow sticks, tour tickets, beauty products, brand deals. Even tourism took a spike. All because music opened the door for that. Pre-internet power versus post-internet power. Before the internet, culture dominance was pretty much gate-kept. Labels and TV networks specifically. If you didn't have a US cosign, then shit, bro, good luck. Now, TikTok doesn't care where you're from, and YouTube doesn't require a passport, okay? And most importantly, DSP charts are all around the globe now. South Korea understood early that digital platforms were going to flatten geography, which of course it did. So instead of trying to Americanize their sound, they doubled down on their identity, but they packaged it for global appeal. That's the finesse. They didn't have to erase themselves. Step 4, when does culture turn into commerce? Here's a deeper question. When culture becomes monetized at this scale, does it lose authenticity? Or does it become stronger because it's sustainable? Now, to many people, K-pop has shown that you can industrialize creativity without killing it. Here's a deeper question. When culture gets monetized at this scale, does it lose authenticity? Or does it get stronger because it's sustainable? Many people feel that K-pop proved you can industrialize creativity without killing it as long as you protect and maintain the ecosystem. Think about it, because now Korean films win Oscars. K-beauty is all over the shelves. K-drama seems to be on every row of Netflix. And I'm sure the tourism numbers continue to spike because people want to see what the big deal is. Where does the magic come from? That's not luck, that's alignment between identity and economics. Here's my takeaway for any artists, entrepreneurs, or creatives out there watching this. Your culture is not just a vibe, it's leverage. But the world can't monetize what you hide, it only monetizes what you systemize. South Korea used the leverage they had in conjunction with the internet, which removed borders for them. But at the end of the day, strategy creates impact. So my last question to you is your culture just an expression or is it positioned to be an export? Let me know in the comments. And if you feel like you learned something today, go ahead and share this with somebody, because culture is not just entertainment, man. It was never just entertainment. It is a way to make sure that our identities are represented in a way that resonates with the rest of the world. With that being said, thank you for joining me here today. I go by the name Shot of Adrenaline. Tap back in. We got plenty more content on the way. Take action.